So New Zealand take the series, but still one ODI to look ahead to, the third and final ODI before the tests at Mount Maunganui. And here are 5 things to watch out for on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday with Sanjay Bangar. Now let's begin our countdown with Sanjay, and quite a few conversations that we want to have around this Indian team that don't enjoy series defeats in ODI cricket very often. We're looking at point number 5, and that's the lack of wickets for India's bowlers in the power play, the first power play. Now we're looking at their record in the first 10 overs in ODIs in the last year, Sanjay, and you see the wickets column is a bit of a problem, an average of 70, and they rank 9 if you compare them in teams. New Zealand have been very good in that time. Now in spite of Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, what looks like a pretty strong Indian pace contingent, the first couple of games, wickets haven't come early. What's the reason for that?
You still want to hunt in pairs, and that's where India haven't had their best bowlers playing together. You have already missed Bhuvneshwar Kumar playing regularly. When Bhuvneshwar Kumar used to play, Jasprit Bumrah was on the sidelines, and so is the case with Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, wherein they are on sort of a rotation policy, and that's the reason you'll find that India haven't really had those inroads which are required in any form of cricket, especially with the new ball. But more than that, what would be more concerning for them is that the number of extras that they bowled in those first 10 overs. It's close to probably 60 extras in those first 10 overs. And that's not good for any side, because you still want to leave a message to the opponent. You still want to come and execute your game plans with sort of a discipline which is expected of you.
Well, let's see if there's a more disciplined effort in the third ODI by India's bowlers. But even if they get past Henry Nicholls and Martin Guptill, there is Ross Taylor still to contend with, and India haven't found Ross Taylor's wicket in these ODI matches so far. So let's go to point number 4. How can India stitch up Ross Taylor? Now we're looking at just the best ODI batting averages in the last 12 months, Sanjay, and you have Ross Taylor right up there, nearly averaging 80. And of course, this is with a qualification of a minimum 500 runs. So that's an average of 80, nearly 1600 runs in 27 innings. And you look at the percentage of runs that he contributes to New Zealand's runs, there can't be a more important player to a batting unit. We think Virat Kohli is as important, or Rohit Sharma, but Ross Taylor leaves both of them behind. Nearly just over 24% of the team's runs have come through Ross Taylor's bat. That's staggering for a batsman who's been around a long time.
Staggering indeed, and to end up ahead of a Virat Kohli or a Rohit Sharma or a David Warner speaks volumes of the achievements that he has done. And all those big names that I just mentioned were basically top order players, and somebody like a Ross Taylor finishing with those averages in the last 3 seasons, I mean in excess of 60, 90 and 55 respectively in those last 3 years. For a middle order batsman, it's always challenging. There are various situations that a middle order batsman has to encounter, and that's why I feel Ross Taylor's achievements are really, really impressive.
Yeah, he's been very good, Ross Taylor, contender for man of the series already. As we look at our next talking point, and that's focusing on the ground. The action moves to Mount Maunganui now, and we did see a couple of T20s here. But as we look at India's record at Mount Maunganui, they've won both their ODIs that they played here in 2019. As far as the average first innings total goes in the last 5 ODIs, it's 296. Pace versus spin, if you look at the last 5 ODIs, you have 54 wickets falling to pace at an average of 36, economy of over 6. Spin, the economy is better, but the average is higher, so 40 of an average and 21 wickets to spin. Whether that comes into calculations for teams picking their 11s, we'll have to see. As far as the ground dimensions go, it's a little more orthodox than Eden Park in Auckland. Straight boundaries, both under 70 metres though, and the square boundaries as well, 66 and 71. Now, as we move to team selection, perhaps a conversation that has been triggered as a result of India losing this series is perhaps a fight for places. And is it time for India to start looking beyond Kedar Jadhav, who will be turning 35 next month? Now, we're looking at his ODI batting record. The numbers have dropped, Sanjay, from Jan 2017 to April 2019, where he averaged over 40. And then you see May 2019 onwards. Yes, opportunities have been limited, but the average is 35. And a player who's approaching 35, perhaps that's why the conversation tends to be harsher for him. Do you feel the criticism is unwarranted?
I feel it is definitely unwarranted, and for somebody like Kedar Jadhav, who bats at number 6, number 7, most of the times his opportunities are limited. But I feel players batting at number 6 and number 7, they need a longer rope. because of the limited time that they possess. And whatever he's done, I mean, you just mentioned that he's averaging 35 for a number 6, number 7 in probably a very limited sample size of the games that you've picked. I think he's done a really good job. Among the top 5 that India possesses, there's nobody who can roll his arm over. And that's going to be one of the crucial criteria for anybody who wants to play for India at number 6 or number 7.
And your point is, the fact that he's not bowling is actually not his fault?
It's not his fault, because if the captain doesn't feel that his need doesn't really arise, taking into account the conditions or the situation of the match, he can't do much. But obviously, he should be fit and available for bowling.
All right. He's not bowling, but he is an option that Virat Kohli is not using. And Sanjay Bangar does believe that Kedar Jadhav should still be given a slightly longer run. Let's move to our final talking point and look at potential team changes. The captain has indicated that there could be changes with the series decided. And would that mean a game for Rishabh Pant, who's not had a single opportunity on this white ball leg of the tour so far? And there's also Shivam Dube on the bench. You've also got Mohammad Shami, who was rested in the last game, and we've spoken of Manish Pandey. So what's going to be your 11? Would you like to give some game time to some of these guys, Sanjay?
I mean, Rishabh Pant definitely should get a game, because he hasn't played on tour so far, and there is a possibility that he might be part of the playing 11 in the test matches. So it's good to have a game under the belt, somebody like a Rishabh Pant in place of KL Rahul. And I feel that Jasprit Bumrah can be rested, because he's played continuously a number of games for the team on this tour, and he will have to undergo a lot of workload in the test matches. So maybe Shami would come back continuing with their rotation policy.
Thank you very much, Sanjay Bangar. There you have it from India's former batting coach as well. We'll continue getting Sanjay's thoughts ahead of the test series as well. This is the final white ball game of this New Zealand tour.